Hi tarot friends, this is Ultraviolet Morgan, and I'm going to do sort of a revisit on an old deck, okay, and a little bit of a lesson, I guess. So the lesson is about your own intuition or interpretation. I think maybe interpretation is a little better word, because intuition kind of makes people feel, I don't know, like there's a pressure, which is the opposite of intuition. You need to be relaxed, but it's not even necessarily woo, you know. It's about interpreting the card. You could say intuitively, but really it's just looking at it like you would a piece of art or anything else and looking for the message that's in there. But one of the things I wanted to talk about is so as a beginner, you know, when you're trying to practice reading intuitively, you kind of seem to think that means if your intuition's good, you'll look at the card and you will know what it means according to the book that it came with. And, you know, if you don't have a lot of experience, you may think that the book that it came with is just fact. Just, it is, you know, like this is the interpretation. But it's not. It's just an interpretation. And so I just want to say, you know, when you're looking at your card and you're like, okay, well, the Fool, I think you're never wrong. Even if you're wrong, you're not wrong. And doing a good reading isn't about getting the card right. You could read every single card in a way that no card reader on the planet would agree with those meanings. But what's important? Is it important that it matches someone's definition of the card? Or is it important and accurate as a reading that you gave an accurate reading to the person that pertained to their life? One thing, when someone does a tarot reading, they are interested in tarot in a sort of a mysterious kind of way, but they don't care. They don't care unless they're a tarot reader themselves. They do not care if the tower, if you say the tower means, you know, something else other than what someone else says. Or, you know, they don't care about the cards. They care about, newsflash, they care about themselves, their problem, and why they're there. So you use the cards as a tool to address their issue. If someone comes to you and says, I got a bird feeder and it's broken and I want you to fix it. And you say, okay, and you take it home and you fix it and you use the wrong hammer, okay? But you fix it. They don't care. It's the same kind of thing. It's like, you know, anyway, I'm on a rant. Gotta love it. Gotta love those tarot rants. This is my coffee, by the way. No tea for me. I had tea last night, so it's coffee today. Alright, so anyway. I just thought I'd kind of revisit. You know, I'm sure I did like a first look. This isn't in order, even though the Fool's on top. Just talk about, you know, some of my interpretations, what I would think, and then I'm going to look in the book and see how it matches up. And I already kind of started doing this, and it doesn't. I mean, some of them do and some of them don't. But the point is, what it means to me is what it means to me. It does. You need batteries? All right, we'll deal with that later, honey. Sorry. Oh, okay. Well, that works. All right. So, as I was saying, even though I learned on this deck, some of the things that I would think just aren't the same. Three of Pentacles. Now, a lot of Three of Pentacles will have the three people. You know, the Rider-Waite-Smith will have the three people. And so I see it as teamwork often, or kind of, you know, working together to complete a goal, different parts of a team, that kind of thing. So with this one, you don't really see that. So I guess I would probably look at this card and say more like progressive work, like building step by step, you know, onto the next thing. You know, you have the bottom layer, then you have the top layer. So you're building kind of progressive step by step, you know, or creating something just as a three, creating something physical because it's a pentacle, could be, right? So now if I look at the book, I could have put these in order, but why do it the easy way when you can do it the hard way? This book goes backwards in order. A sculptor is hard at work. Okay. A sculptor is hard at work in a church building. This is the card of the master craftsman. So there's always a debate over whether the 3 or the 7 is the master craftsman. A lot of times people say the 3 is the master and the 7 is like the apprentice. But then other people feel like, in terms of numerology and progression, that just doesn't make sense. And I agree with it doesn't really make sense. I don't really see this as the master craftsman or whatever. I just see it as being about working progressively, step by step, doing the steps to bring forth your dream, you know, or your vision. Unlike the 7 of Pentacles, the apprentice, this card indicates the pinnacle of one's profession. Again, I don't see that. I just see working and building and creating, right? People look up to and admire your good example. Nowhere near. That's okay. You know what? I don't go by the book. I go by what I see. And you should too. Right. King of Swords, who looks like Liam Neeson, by the way. Look at that. It's Liam Neeson. It's Obi-Wan. Okay. King of Swords. You know, first thing I notice is this. I'm going to say sharp, brilliant, maybe a little cold and distant, but he's a leader. He's firm. You know, he's firm in his decisions. He's resolute. You know, his like eyes on the prize. You know, he's not. I get this like, he's not turning. He's not turned to the side. He's not distracted. He's, you know, sharp and focused and direct. And again, you know, there's brilliance. There's clarity. And he's prepared, right? He's prepared. So, you know, I might think like for a presentation or something scholarly, or not necessarily scholarly, but he's fully prepared. He's fully prepared, ready for battle or for whatever thing that he's, you know, going into. That's what I would see in this card. All right, so let's see what the King of Swords says in the book. Da-da-da, King of the Road. Swords. And you know, for some reason, just because I'm a word person, I noticed that if you cover up the S, you literally have words. Anyway, the king is primed for action. His weapon is ready as he pauses to weigh the situation. Okay, I pretty much had that. He's primed. He's prepared. He's ready, and he's got his shit together. He's right there, ready to go. He doesn't need to, you know. He's already considered all the angles, and he's already got everything he needs. So He is highly analytical and often pursuing a career in law or publishing. His leadership is unquestioned. I did not say that, but I did, like, I'm not sure exactly what I said, but I get that for sure. I'm not going to go into the reversals, really, unless for specifics, but... So the star, a lot of times, just in general, is hope, a light in the darkness. You know, it comes after the tower, where you're plunged into the darkness and chaos, and then, you know, the smoke clears, and the sky's black, and suddenly you see the light of a single star, and it's just enough to not be completely plunged in blackness. So, you know, the star is that light in the darkness, that hope, that, I mean, of course, people think of wishing on a star, but I generally more think of hope and guidance, and the saying that, you know, you can't, stars only shine at night, right? So it can also kind of be about, you know, making the best of a difficult situation, or, you know, seeing the sparkle, seeing the stars when it's dark, when it's darkest, at your darkest hour, looking for the stars. So again, hope and encouragement, and not being discouraged, by having that little faith to hold on to, you know? Okay, so the star. What did they tell me? Coupled with the sign of Aquarius, just as the young woman pours water, Aquarius pours forth creativity and new ideas. Perfectly valid. I probably won't ever think of that when I look at this. I like it, but it's probably not really something I associate, so. This card denotes hope and inspiration, perhaps from an unexpected source. The foundation is sound. A change is natural. The foundation is sound. Change is natural and balanced. A bright future is in store. Okay. Change is natural and balanced. The foundation is sound. That, again, maybe, I don't know, that does nothing for me. A bright future's in store. Even that, I most likely wouldn't probably necessarily go to that. But I would say, you know, hopes, dreams, wishes, encouragement, you know, that sort of thing. So 5 of Pentacles, we've got our people out in the cold. There's hope, you know, behind them. They can't really see it. I got a child coming. So there's being left out in the cold, being, what is it? 5 being a card of disruption, you know, so I feel like that's loud. I feel like the concept of the 5 is not that they've always been like this, but they've kind of been put out, you know, or they've lost everything, you know. And so, and yes, and they do need help, and the help is nearby. I don't know. It's pretty standard. So what does the book say? Two beggars pass a church window but fail to see the light within. Okay. My head didn't go to beggars. I mean, I guess you could say if they're poor, they must be beggars, but it didn't for me. Are they so focused on your own desires that you fail to see the aid at hand? This card could indicate errors and missed opportunities leading to financial trouble. Help is available. Don't be afraid to ask. I don't love that specific interpretation. My battery's going low, and we're almost to 15 minutes, so I guess this will be over soon. Okay, 6 of Rods. We've got victory. We've got, especially, what's important is not just the victory, but the recognition of the victory. And also, of course, there's the parade. It's a 6. It's moving forward. 6s are happy. But sometimes this denotes travel and movement over land. Let's see. 6 of Rods. The laurel-bedecked hero returns victorious. Your hard work is paid off. Expect a bonus or reward. Okay. Right? Alright, I'm going to skip that one. This one here, the Queen of Pentacles. Right off the bat, I see she looks very nurturing. She looks very earth mothery. She reminds me of Cher, which you may or may not think of her as earth mothery, but you got that sort of bohemian, hippie, earthy vibe. She's got the rabbit, so you know we're talking about fertility. We're talking about nurturing. We've got the roses, the crown. Obviously, she's a queen, but yeah, I mean, you see that she's warm, she's inviting, she's in touch, she's gentle. She's powerful but gentle, caring, loving, nurturing, all those things. Right? So let us see. What does the book say? Surrounded by fruit and flowers, the dark-haired queen holds a rabbit, symbol of fertility. That's the one I didn't even think of for some reason. I did say abundance. I didn't think about fertility. It's perfectly valid, just didn't come to my mind. Sensual and earthy, she enjoys abundance in many areas of her life. A lover of luxury, she is quick to share her wealth. So I kind of didn't really necessarily get that, but as far as luxury, I mean, but it goes. I like the part in the book where it says she's quick to share her wealth. So she has her wealth, but she's generous and gracious with it. And she's warm and inviting, like I said. So those are just a couple of examples of sometimes, sometimes the book goes in a totally different direction than you might, and it's not, don't ever think the book is right and you're wrong. It's just a different perspective, And I mean, I've heard a lot of people, I've actually seen and heard a lot of readers say, criticize other readers and say, no, that card does not mean that. She doesn't know what she's doing. And it's just like, wow. I don't know, just wow to me. The cards, they mean what they mean, but I mean, we give them meaning, so just like our lives that we give meaning to. Nothing has a meaning but that which we give it. It's some type of philosopher said something like that. Anyway, my battery's gonna die and we're almost to 20 minutes, so as always, like, share. I don't know who you're going to share it with. Just like it. Thumbs up helps the channel. Subscribe and click the bell if you want more tarot content. And I do lives frequently, so, be sure to check those out. And until next, comment. Always leave your comments. I love those. Until next time, tarot friends, be well.